What in the heck is going on here? What does that mean? What the hell's going on? Hey, can you guys hear me? Hmm. Sorry about that. My cam for some reason got paused. So that's what that problem was. Well, anyways, good morning. I'm glad you didn't bail. God only knows I probably would have. I don't know. Well, anyways, good morning. Phew. I'm sorry. This time I guess I was tardy to the party, huh? I said 9 o'clock and it was 9:10 when I started. My goodness. So anyway, how's everybody feeling this morning? Feeling pretty good? Ooh, not bad manners, just good food. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. God almighty, that's good. Well, anyways, I think today's topic is going to be a real interesting one. Mm-mm-mm. Man, he puts a lot of cheese on this. That's good. I'll double check here. Meantime, no one's saying anything. Um, okay. Man, do I hate that part. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Well, anyway, I'm a member of another channel. Huh? Hey, Uncle, how's it going, brother? Yeah, I'm doing good. The thing I want to talk about today, I know it's probably going to be weighing in on every American's mind right now, is if you're going to bother to go out and vote this year. Ooh, damn. Oh, wow. That's right. Happy Friday. Do stick around because this is going to be interesting. You know, I follow another YouTuber, and he put out an interesting video this morning. Yeah, personally, I want to give my own 2 cents and reply to it. The best way I know how is to come right up on here and do it on live stream. His name is his channel name. And you know, he's a good YouTuber. I've been a member of. I've been subscribed to him for some time now, and he's really good. He's good about fixing phones and tearing them down, and uh, he reviews different products and stuff like that. No, unfortunately, I don't. I'll have Saturday off. Well, somewhat of Saturday off. Morning. Um, but anyways, his channel name is Jerry Rigs Everything. And why his video may have been very insightful. personally, I think he put this video out to encourage people to run out to their polls and vote. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. I don't know who Joey's is, but I was talking about Jerry Rigs Everything. Well, anyways, in his video, I know he was trying to spice it up a little bit and try and make it to where that the people run out and vote. I get it. And, you know, you can vote if you want to. But from what I saw in the 2016 election, on the way things went, I got to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. Okay, I'm a lot disappointed. And here's my reason why. The polls and the counts, you know, first of all, I want to say that to me, I wasn't big on Hillary running for a position she has no business running for. Okay? None at all. And I mean, I voted for Trump. I did on this last term. I certainly most definitely did. And I thought he was going to bring about change. And I thought he was going to follow through with what he promised. And obviously, the only thing he did is he brought good business. I get that. But everything else was a flop. You know, he didn't undo the things that Obama did. That was disastrous. I'm very disappointed. But however, when the election went on in 2018, or excuse me, 2016, I'm sorry, was my mind. The polls came out in favor of Hillary Clinton, but Hillary didn't become president. And then they dropped a hell of a bombshell by stating that she won by what is called populist vote. So they consider you as a citizen a populist vote. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you go to place your vote on a ballot, you may be voting for particular people to take place and to sit on the seat that help run this country. But do know this, even though you're seeing that on your ballot, your vote goes toward a member in the state representative that is placing their vote for you. When they receive so many votes from these legislators, this is what is considered as the state's vote. And that's the vote that they take into consideration when it comes towards something major like the presidency of the United States. And the thing that's really messed up about the whole ordeal is that your area, your district's representative that ends up with your vote, this individual does not have to vote. I mean, he's stating that he's going to vote in your favor. He's there for you. Your vote matters, right? Has a change of heart, and all of a sudden he wants to change the opposing party. There's nothing against any rule that says that all these votes that went for him to vote on your behalf for your type of vote automatically gets shifted over to the other party. That's not fair. That's not your vote mattering. Okay. And then it goes by the chain of command as the shit goes up, and the campaign gets stronger and stronger even toward the end. Like I'll give you, for instance, like during Obama's election, what was her name? The other lady that was trying to vote. She was trying to be voting. What was her name? Well, anyway, she had such little votes. She ended up backing out of the race, and she turned around and took all of her votes and gave it to Obama, which is what made it to where Obama won the election. I don't like all that bullshit. And I'm sure that our country wasn't set up in that way, like that, for it to work that way. It was supposed to be that every person's vote did matter. But as the last election that occurred, we can obviously see that our votes did not matter. And as much as I would hate to admit it, but Hillary should have had that election. Now, folks, I got to tell you, when Obama became president of the United States, I knew right off the bat from what his words were saying through his campaign, I knew he was a liar from the word get-go. Some of the things that he passed, I may not have agreed with, but I never, and I don't think any Republican had done this, because I don't foresee it ever taking place, to my recollection, would never freaking riot or do anything stupid. We just take it in the stride that we've lost and try to do better on the next election. These guys, when they lose, they got to do stupid things like build statues in humiliation to the president that we elect, or start fires or do riots. That's ridiculous. And Trump, you need to wake up, boy. You need to stop doing stupid shit. We didn't elect you to act like a clown on TV. So yeah. And I'm, God, makes me regret to say this, but I'm sorry that I voted for Trump. But you know what? It's a lesson to be learned. But now, who do we have going as candidates up for this election? Biden? I don't know about him. All I know is the things that are going on right now, change is needed. We need for these politicians to stop promising good changes and then end up giving us the fucked version of what they consider change. We need real change. You know, the world is looking at us. They're looking at us in a very good light, like we're supposed to be some huge leader. I mean, first of all, who the hell elected this country to be the leader in the first place? That is certainly puzzling to me. Why is it our responsibility to make, I mean, our country's made enough fuck ups, okay? Other countries shouldn't be following our country. As it says in the Bible, you must fix your own affairs before you go, you must settle your own shit before you tell others how to do their own. And even though I do believe this to be a great nation because of the freedoms that we have, folks, if we don't vote right, we don't get this thing right, we can end up losing our independence, our freedom, our rights. Each and every year, it seems like more and more of our rights are being either stripped from us or restricted. So, yes, we need good change and we need good elected people in office that is going to do good for our country. Instead of people that are hung up on racism and all this other bullshit. This country needs to get over that crap. Hey, like your shirt. So yes, we need a good change. But the only thing that I'm concerned about is, will your vote matter? If you guys can research what I'm stating to you, you'll find a good portion of it's very factual. Find out how your vote's applied. I mean, to me, regardless of how shit goes, I still vote. I still vote, regardless of how any kind of outcome comes. The important thing is you got to keep up with it. It is important to vote. If you guys can research this whole ordeal on voting, you can find that what I'm stating is right. Let's help change that. Make it to where your vote is not a popular vote. Okay? Let's make it to where your vote matters. Let's put people in office that will count your vote. Back when Bush was running for office, when he was being elected, did you guys know, if you can all remember that far back, that he hung up a state that determined if he was going to be the president or not? Can we all remember what state that was? And I'll even give you a hint. The tally had to be counted 3 times because they couldn't get their shit right. And they were thumbing through and they were choosing which votes were considered good votes and which votes were considered bad votes. And that is the fraud that Trump is talking about with them pencil ballots. But anyway, it was the state of Florida. Oh, thank you very much. Mail time. Nothing from my fans from all states. Oh my God. But anyway. Um, oh, George, wait, okay. I think I know who he is. I think I might have seen Joey. Maybe. I know there's a few food critics out there that go around and they taste food and stuff like that. You know, I thought of getting into doing something like that because I love to eat. I like all different kinds of foods. But yeah, anyway, the um, homework assignment for you guys is to actually get down to it and find out how your vote is applied when you vote for the presidency of the United States. That would be a good homework assignment. Go back into the history portion of it. Get a hold of your state representatives. Find out how this works. Don't just take my word for any of that. Do your own homework. Find out what it's about. But in the meanwhile, do vote. Go out there and vote. Because the saying goes, if you don't vote, don't bitch. Because if you come in on here and you tell me that you're a non-voter, you don't vote, and you're bitching about a candidate, I might kick you. I am straight up a registered voter, and I vote at every chance I get, regardless if my vote is applying straight to that person or not. Because who knows? Hey, you know, I mean, it is factual what I'm stating to you that you're voting for a person that has your same interests. But when it comes down to it, you hope that person votes in your favor to where that it can matter. God, I can't. Sarah Palin, that's her name. She jumped and turned around and took all of her votes and applied it right to Obama. And from her doing that, he won the election over that. That was bullshit. I think those votes should have been burned. Because I can imagine the people's expression as they voted for her ass, and here she turned around and probably gave it to somebody they didn't want to have that vote. That vote should have been burned. Or they give you the option on your ballot. And this is something that I think Congress should do. Give you the option of voting for the person that you want as a first choice for president of the United States, and in your second backup choice. This way, if they run into that kind of problem again, or for that matter, give choice one to however many candidates is running for presidency of the United States, I think they should say, hey, here's your first choice, here's your second choice, here's your third choice, so on and so forth. If some asshole jumps out of the race, they can't hang anymore. Whoever voted for that person, their vote can apply to who's next in line. That would be fair. That would be fair. But no, our Congress, our voting system's not set up that way. It's set up to give that person the opportunity to give their votes to another candidate of their choosing. So there's good change. Let's try and change something like that, ladies and gentlemen. That would be a good change. See, just like I mean, hey, um, if Obama didn't come off to being a liar in the beginning, and the way that I saw that he treated his own mother in the hospital and stuff, I knew that healthcare crap was going to be just crap, and it is crap. So we need a better healthcare system. We used to have the best healthcare system in the world. And whatever happened to it is way the hell beyond me. I guess progress had to happen, right? Progress breaks everything. Yeah. I'd like to see it get great again. And that's what I hoped from Donald Trump. When I saw what he was going for, and I saw that he was putting his own money up and not accepting any kind of pork or anything like that, I thought, God, that guy's going to be great, and he's really going to do good things for this country. And I mean, he did in a business sense. He did a lot of good, but I see where he's doing a lot of bad too. I just hope that he can pull it around here and get things on the right track. And I hope the hell I didn't fucking vote for a racist motherfucker. That would really get my skin really good. I mean, that did not hold very good there for you to sit there and have the police fire tear gas upon protesters so you can go to a church. I'm sorry, that was not cool. I mean, granted, you guys got to give the give them a little leeway on it, because I can imagine there's probably a lot of people out there who would probably want to do him harm. So that's the only reason why I'm kind of justifying him doing what he did. But if it was done in a negative way, then I'm going to be the first to shout out and say, shame on you. And by the way, shutting down police departments isn't going to solve our little issue. So, no, let's not dismantle police departments. Just take it one step at a time, retrain them into not being the douchebag officers that some of them are. Because you got to understand, guys, there's a lot of good cops out there and who don't mean, they mean to do good, okay? They do want to serve the public. But it's the way that a lot of these are trainers. And God, we should write our legislators to get them to not only just prosecute the bad cops, okay, because it goes back to their training. A lot of good cops, they see this bad training, and when they get out there and they start hitting a beat and they start learning, hands-on to be a police officer and stuff, they don't do any of them bad things that they know that some of the instructors have taught them. They teach them that the enemy is the public and not to trust anybody in the public. And that is just not a good thing for them to be training officers. They militarized a lot of these police departments. So they go out the door with this fuck you attitude toward people, and how they're hung up by saying that it's only blacks that they're doing it to. It's messed up because they'll do it to any race. Now, where they're really screwing up is, and I got to admit that it can end up a lot more likely that really bad shit can happen if it's a black person, and that in itself is wrong. That is not cool. Not cool. And I know in the past year I was understating things when I was stating, about the Black Lives Movement. I was uneducated about it. I have educated myself enough to know that this movement is not, it's not racially motivated. It's not solely about black people. It is about the equality. It's about the equality of their lives. It hasn't been that great in this country. And what they're fighting for is that equality, to be treated fair. If there's anybody black on this panel right now, please weigh in and let me know if I'm stating that correctly. And this is what it means for Black lives to matter. So yeah, they got me good on that one. Because that day that we kind of had a hell of a good debate about it. I mean, I was correct about it. My heart was in the right place in the way that I was stating that stream. But hindsight, I just wasn't seeing it. I wasn't seeing it for what it really was. And so I do see it, and I understand it, and I'm behind it. And I'm behind it for the good protesters, not the looters, not the people that were trying to do stupid shit. Okay. Those ones get no kudos here at all, because all they did is they hurt businesses, they hurt people. And that just was not what this movement was about at all. This movement was about letting their voices be heard and to stop the silly crap that's going on. That's not right. What I think we should do it like this. Half of the departments shut down temporarily to retrain. And then when they get their training, they go back up online. And then the other half shut down, retrain, and then let's get it, But in the meanwhile, all those ones that have real bad records dealing with the public, get rid of them. Get rid of those rogue cops, because those rogue cops don't mean to do any good for the public. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, how did that get up there? Sorry about that, guys. I didn't even know that was on the screen. But I'm glad I zoomed up here to check it out. Anybody backstage? Nobody backstage. So if anybody wants to, please at least let me know if I've got it right. And by the way, if the person that's in here that was kind of inquiring about this whole ordeal and gave me good advice on that, on getting that one book, That book is, I got a thing from Amazon this morning saying that that book will be here tomorrow. And I do intend on wanting to read it from cover to cover. And it'll give me more of an understanding of what Black Lives Matter and stuff is really all about. Do I? Why did that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Your guys' thought, the thing that you want to discuss, please, by all means, come up on panel where you can talk about, let our voices be heard, but just do it in a respectful way, okay? And if Jerry Riggs comes and sees this video, I don't have anything against what you're doing on your video right there, but you should, even you yourself know that the election in 2016 was chaotic. And as much as I want to say it, like I said, I mean, I don't understand as to how it could be that a woman can run as a president of the United States. That'd be like going over to the United Kingdom and saying, hey, the woman can now be king, the king can now be a queen. It ain't gonna happen. So what do? Make a woman a president and then the husband has to be the first husband? How the hell does that work? Hmm. Your guys' voice, it does matter. Oh, by the way, if you go up on panel, do no fidget spinner. This is a fidget spinner free zone. None of that crap. No nudity, no. None of that. Haley's probably watching, laughing her ass off. That bulldog ain't crazy. It was funny. It was funny, that spinner. I'll have to check out that Joey's World Tour. I'll check him out. But anyways, I did have a good shift last night. Everything was nice and calm and quiet. Hey, I am Wrath. What's up, my friend? He's like, I am Wrath. Hear me roar. Got about 7 people in here. No one else is saying anything. But you know what? I mean, at first it used to bother me, and I would just drop the stream. But it don't bug me no more. I don't care if they want to look and be lurkers. That's cool. So yeah. So how you doing this morning? So far, I've had a great morning. Ugh. Hmm. Got anything interesting there, Raph? Anything? I kind of turned off my news broadcast thing and just stopped paying attention to all the negativity that was going around for a little while. I imagine that's probably not a good idea to do right now because you might be missing out on some good information that. But I had to kind of do it because it's after listening to all that negativity, it's just. I'm sorry, it just would drive a person bonkers. 9 times out of 10, the news media, the things that they're reporting is can be very toxic for you. To be fake news. I noticed they swayed away from talking. You guys got to take into consideration too when something big happens. They're just trying to deter you from seeing what was before. They're not even talking about the coronavirus anymore. It's all about these riots and stuff like that. And I hate to say it, but a lot of them, it's good that they went out and made their voice heard. I think they should have went about it well, I don't know. It all depends on how you're going to look at it. If the information was going to be restricted, then by all means, get up and go out and be in person and make your voice heard. But I don't think that was the case because we have platforms well, I don't know. I don't know because YouTube, they kind of try to restrict a lot of stuff nowadays, and it's beginning to make me wonder. But there's other platforms that you can voice your opinion on that I'm sure that I am sure that it can put the word out there in a safe manner without infecting people with the coronavirus. I'm not monetized yet, so I guess it's safe for me to use the word coronavirus. I guess the bigger channels that are monetized, they're afraid to say that word. I like the way Philly in the Philippines, he puts it out there like this. He calls it the chimp without using the word coronavirus. he replaces it with the word chimp, and he calls it Chinese man-made problem. I think it's funny. I think personally he should have called it the uh, Chinese man-made pandemic, but it was creative the way he did it. Seven, now down to three. I must have bored four people to death. I am Wrath. Did you fall asleep yet? Did I bore you? I hope not. I don't know, guys. I just hope for things to get better. You know, I still haven't even gotten the first stimulus check. And I probably won't for a while because I never associated my checking account with my tax preparer. I was having it mailed into their office and I would just go pick it up. But because of all the crap that Obama did too, I had to take into consideration that last year. I mean, I don't understand it. I'm on minimum. I get minimum wage. You know, minimum wage. My rent is really just astronomically high. I have no money to really survive off of, and at the end of the damn year, they were telling me that I had to. Cool, right on. They were telling me that I'd have to pay into it, and I told them that's ridiculous. They take almost $500 every 2 weeks out of my paycheck for taxes. And that's greedy from when they can't give me a little back. And what's really fucked up is my tax preparer charges like $300 for their services. So on top of that, you know, it's kind of messed up. I mean, hell, I got it on my thing to where they take out the maximum amount. And you're doing that is supposed to be the smart way because then at least you're guaranteeing yourself a refund at the end of the year. And it didn't happen like that last year. And when it didn't happen, I don't know how the hell they want me to pay them. You know, I have no available money to fucking pay them. None. I can't even spare a dollar. I hold down about, for right now, as it sits, about $1,400 every 2 weeks. My rent alone is $2,000, folks, for a one-bedroom apartment. My car payment is $329 a month. My insurance payment is about $104 a month. And that's not even getting to the doggone electric my cell phone, gas, food. You guys think I'm joking when I tell you when I'm buying these omelets, that's my only meal for the day. And I'm supposed to pay taxes. I think not. They owe me. California is really stingy. Mm-hmm. I mean, my life's pretty boring. I can't get out and do shit. I can't even afford to go take in a movie, my friend. The only way that I can get a movie is if I watch it off my doggone cell phone. So I'm trying something new, doing this vlogging thing, because I hear good things, somewhat good things about it, that you can actually make an income off of it. So why not? Give it a try. It'll take some time. It'll take patience. Hmm. Hell, it only took me 8 years to finally get a car to where I wasn't depending on public transportation anymore, or for that matter, because God, I had the less of both worlds. I was screwed either way. If I took public transportation, going to any of the posts or any of the sites or getting around, it was going to cost me. And even though it was cheap because I had a disabled card, and it only cost me $25 a month, but it's the time consuming behind that as to what screws you on that. Because if I got to go to work anywhere, I got to sit down and map out my route. And then within mapping out my route, I have to take into consideration the time of getting there and getting home. And let me tell you, folks, I'm telling you, I'm a trooper, man. I am through and through. I've been through some shit to have to get a job and keep it. And it was very trying, very hard, and yet I did it. And this is applying to those folks out there that are on disability. Well, what can I do? There's not a whole hell of a lot I can do. I guess slough around. I'll probably go in, take a nap, sleep for a few hours, probably get up and lather, rinse, repeat. Jump in the shower, get ready, you know. I don't know. There's not a whole hell of a lot to do. Do a lot of front porch sitting. So what I like doing is like what I like doing. The dogs that come around here from other neighbors, I'll feed them. You know, I'm happy with it. It's okay. Man, it would be nice to take in a movie again. Mm-hmm. I used to love going to the theaters. I do. I used to do that a lot. I used to do fishing. When I was up in Minnesota, man, dude, there was nothing like grabbing a tackle box and a fishing pole, putting it in the back of the truck, man, go down the doggone pit, go fish you some fish. Or take a weekend out and go and jump in the vehicle, go off over into a camp area and camp overnight. Do some fishing, some hiking, even some swimming. It's great. Nowadays, finding them free spots is not very easy to do. And even if you did find a free spot to hang a hat or to do something, you got somebody harassing you. So yeah, it's just not good. And I tell you what, I mean, I may not have ever had a parent that taught me how to fish, but I'll tell you one great thing about living in the northern part of Minnesota that's really great is the people out there are really nice and friendly. There's been numerous times I'd go down to like the pit or go over to a watering hole of any kind, and there'd be an old fart there that sit there and gab your ear off. And that's the way that I ended up learning how to fish. I did quite good at it. I pissed off a few of them old timers because they taught me good. They taught me real good. Oops, sorry about that. You young bucks out there, listen to what the old people say. They know, you can tell an idiot or two apart, but you'll learn. They'll teach you some good things. But yeah, I don't have a whole hell of a lot of plans. I suppose I could go in and work on my old gaming server and make sure them plugins are put in. But I don't know. It all depends. It all depends on what I'm in the mood for. But I'll tell you this much. I'm happier now than I was a while back. 'Cause I got to tell you, and this going out to those that are on disability. And if you can do it, land a job, earn a paycheck. I mean, I might still be poor, but I'll tell you what, I had the freedom to come and go as I please. I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to declare anything. And that is certainly a whole hell of a lot better than being constricted to an income that is really not manageable. It was hard to manage your income each month on disability. You will make more, yeah. Maybe you got to pay the taxes. Maybe you got to take some losses. But I'll tell you what, you're in more of a loss by sitting there through your home doing nothing at all. You got to live where they tell you to live. You got to eat what you got to constrict on your income. You know, it's none of it's worth it. I have to pay for my own medical insurance, but hey, oh well. I'm a lot freer now than I was before. And look, I'm happy. Not, but at least it is better. It is better. So, what are you going to do there, Wrath? What are you going to do for the rest of your day? Let's see here. Ah, I'll bring you guys in a little closer here. Oh, and now I added one. All right. Giggity. So tell me, what do you guys like to see on these live streams? What's on your mind? I got to, hey, if there's anybody new here and you like the content, please give me a thumbs up. Even though it might be a little boring right now, sometimes we get a good spurt and we just go with the flow, man. And if you can, hit the subscribe button. Hey, when I hit my first 1,000 subscribers, clothing and all, I'm going to go up to my pool area here. And clothing and all, I'm going to jump in the pool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's one thing I do need to learn to do. I want to learn how to do that kind of thing to edit. Um, Philly in the Philippines, he's got a program he uses and he's trying to show others how to use it. So I've been thinking about doing it. But again, if it costs money, it's, I mean, he says there's software out there that's free, but I don't know. When you get things that are associated with that word free, it's got something attached to it. There always is something attached to it. And you got to be careful because, you know, you don't know what you're downloading. Even when they say that big word free, it could contain viruses. So download at your risk, you know. It's, And not that there isn't good programs out there that are free that aren't good, because there are good software out there that, but I don't know which one it would be. Back in the day, you'd build, you used to get like WinRAR or WinZip, and they were free, but they restricted some things. But for the good portion of it, it was good. And you had HTMP um, software that was free. That was really good. HTML software, all that. Yeah. Notepad is great for that, and that's free, and it's really good. You can do all different kinds of languages. There we go. Ah. And my house, man, up in Minnesota, I used to have a hammock right up on the front porch. I used to love laying in that thing and just chilling with the breeze and everything. Man, it was great. Yeah, it was great. And then the city came along and had a problem with it. And of course, I didn't listen to them. We're going to take you to court one day. Well, go ahead. Well, actually, no. I got to take that back. The reason why they had somewhat of a problem, it wasn't over the hammock part. It was over the fact that I had a couch on my front porch, a regular house couch that I would just sit out there and just chill on. My neighbors would come by, they'd come join me. We'd sit there, have coffee, and shoot the shit. And man, it was fucking great. City didn't like that. So, of course, I gave him the big, well, I'll use this finger, okay, because I'll be polite. But yeah, that's what I would do to them. I'd tell them point blank, hey, am I disturbing anybody? Am I doing anything wrong? Is there something the matter? Oh, it depreciates the value of your neighbor's home. No, it don't. If it was a big stink, she wouldn't be coming over here having coffee with me, or the neighbor next door, the other side, wouldn't be coming over and having coffee with me every now and then. So no, don't tell me that I'm doing that, because they don't have a problem with what I'm doing. So they'd go away. They'd leave it be for a while. And then one day I got a summons to go to court. And I went into court and I sat there and showed pictures of what it looked like and everything, and told them I don't see the problem. I'm not doing anything wrong. And the judge sat there and looked at me and he says, I can't either. Have a nice day. But that's a great way of our system. And that's what I also liked about Minnesota up in the northern lands. They're actually good to folks, and it doesn't matter what color you are. They were good to people up in the northern part. I didn't know much about the cities because I never was really down in the cities. I know being down in the cities is a very rough area, and I just never wanted any part of it. So I always stayed in the northern part of Minnesota, up on the Iron Range. And let me tell you, you didn't have this stupid racism bullshit going on up out there. Down in the cities, I can imagine that going on because everything's really rough, but not up on the Iron Range. In a way, I kind of miss it. Good morning, sir. Is that a pizza or are those donuts? Ah, they do make good donuts over there. Yum yum, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. One of these days, I'll take my little breakfast adventure and go and splurge on a thing of donuts. Now, it may not be the healthiest thing to eat, but God, man, gotta spoil yourself sometime or another, right? Oh, this is the life, though. It's kind of funny. I mean, I do have a camper. I have it in Minnesota, though. I know if I was to bring it out here, it would cost an arm and a leg to store it anywhere. And not like I wouldn't have a place to actually store it, but then again, I wouldn't succumb to ask my brother-in-law to store it for me, up on his ranch or anything like that. Just wouldn't be polite to do. But yeah, I do have a camper. It's just not, yeah. Besides, I only bought the camper because of my ex-wife. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what the heck happened, but I got bumped off. I must have missed a. Uh, don't know what happened. I got bumped for some reason. Internet by screwing up or something. But let's see. Hold on. I should make sure that I'm still live broadcasting. Let's see. Nope, I'm still broadcasting. All right. Giggity, giggity. Giggity, giggity, gone. Giggity, giggity, goo. Giggity, giggity. All right. Yep, I am back. I don't know how much you missed or why it did that. All I know is my screen just went boop. Looked over and it said something went wrong. So and I just rejoined the stream. But yeah, I used to have a lot of fun out there in Minnesota camping and stuff. There were some good camping spots. But I was told they had some pretty screwed up things out there too that wasn't good. I mean, every state has its good and its bad things, and one thing that never made any sense to me is, one day I was camping back in an area that I knew it was okay to camp because the fact that I scoped the area really good and got out all different kinds of information on it and was told that it was fine. When I was confronted by an individual that was an ex, he was telling me he had been telling me that the area that I was camped at was owned by mining company and that they can come down and take all of my equipment and everything and auction it off. And I told them, well, they'd have a hard time doing, first of all, I don't know why you're coming at me like this. And second of all, if they were to attempt to do anything like that, I'm telling you, I don't go out there unarmed. And the gentleman says, hey, that's not a problem either because, yeah, they're armed too. Says, well, good, because it'd be one hell of a fight. And then I told him, I said, I don't know what your problem is because I already did scope the area down there. I gave a specific map of my location and where I am and went to the Nashwauk Police Department and they cleared it and said that there's nothing wrong that people, because I noticed people were camping down there. And I had asked them, is it owned by the mines? And he says, yes, but it's free camping down there and you're fine. There's nothing wrong. And when I told this gentleman that, he kept trying to tell me that, no, it's not fine. But yet people were camping down in that area, including his own son. His own son was camping with us. He brought his camper down along with mine. And I used my big ass fucking generator, my 5,000 watt generator to produce power for both of our campers. And we had a hail time. Oh man, I'll never forget that. That was a hell of a good weekend. We did fishing. I blew up the rafts and stuff and got us out in the water and fished off the water and the kids swam. Well, man, we had a great time. It's great. So, yeah, I had a lot of good times out there in Nashwauk. It was a great place. Despite the little niches that I had with the city, pulling their little shit every now and then, it wasn't a bad place to live. It was very peaceful. There was a place called Lookout Point that was in um, that was down in the pit of Nashwauk, and that's a good memorable spot for me that I really liked. Me and Mrs. I used to have an Econoline van. It was a custom van, and if you remember any of those, it has like a bed in it. I mean, it was really sweet. It was nice. It was wall to wall and felt, and the ceiling and everything. It had mood lighting that went around. It had a table. It had captain chairs. It had a bed in the back. It was a couch that you can fold into a bed. Had the sunroof, and me and the missus, we used to go down there, and we used to, because it was kind of little rocky road getting back up to the high point of it, but it had a turnaround point, and it overlooked the water and everything. It just was so beautiful, so nice. So yeah, we used to do some fishing right out there. You just pop the back doors open and just cast a line, man. It was great. Then at night, man, camped out up there, man. Woo-wee. If you see the band a rocking, just don't come a knocking. I think it was funny because when I ended up selling that van, the dude that I sold the van to, uh, he had to point out the fact that there was a set of handprints and a set of footprints that were on the roof that I was like, holy shit. And he brought it to my attention. It's like, dude, what the fuck did you do in this thing? I was like, no, it ain't a matter of what didn't I do. It's what, or um, it's not a matter of what I did in it. It's a matter of what I didn't do in it. That was a good, yeah, I'm telling you, that was a good band. I had a lot of good times in that band. Oh yeah. Women will find you very, I mean, it's something that's nice and romantic. You're not taken out of any place that's, I mean, it's not like anybody could go up on that point because I think a lot of people are afraid of taking that little path uh, because I think they're afraid of either tipping their vehicle or sliding down into the water, which would have been a pretty good drop if that was to occur. But I was careful enough. I got up on that point with no problem with that band. No problem at all. But the city didn't want to, they didn't want to keep that path. They didn't want to keep maintaining it. So I just like backed off from using it anymore because, hey, I was afraid too of that occurring. So because it was a hard path to get there. You know, it was hard getting up in there. But hey, I knew once I was up there, everything was good. Not too many people would take the chance to do that. And besides that, the rule of thumb is when you're out there, you walk up that path to make sure nobody's up there, because you got to get a good start to get up there. And once you're up there, and you don't want to get stuck. Yeah, I disappeared. Oh. And that one place that I was sitting there telling you that I used to camp out, it was not north of Nashwauk. It was in the back end of Nashwauk. It sent you through a trail that took you clear out, and then the road would Y off, and you would just hang to the left, and you would keep going down, and then it'd have a turn point where you'd have to make a left, and then you follow it all the way on out, and then there's two long lakes, one on the left, one on the right. I always went to the one on the right because, well, I used to take the one on the right, but then the mining company came in and they shut that part down. They shut it down because the paths were just too unbearable to get through. Most people would get stuck. I never got stuck going through it. I'm knocking on, well, wood, and thanking the good Lord that I never did. But yeah, so I can understand why they shut it down. They didn't want to take care of it, and that's okay. But they kept the one on the left open. And that's the part that guy was trying to tell me, that the mining company were going to pull that crap. But hey, they never did. They never came down and pulled any crap with us. And then after a while, the next following year, they decided they were going to close that whole area off, because I guess someone went back there yodeling around, and as they were fucking around, they flipped their vehicle off down into a ravine. And the person had to hike all the way back to town. And when the news got out that this occurred, the mining company said they don't want to get sued. They don't, even though the guy never did do anything like that, it was just too much of a risk for them, and they decided to shut the whole thing down. So they installed a gate in the back there to where they were able to close and lock it and keep people out. And that was a crying shame, because that was a good hot spot for fishing and everything. It was great for camping. I loved it. So a lot more things started getting restrictive out there, and it just wasn't worth being out there anymore. Mining companies, they're taking, if it wasn't the mining companies taking over and blocking everything out, then it was the paper mill company that was coming up and buying up the land and doing that very same thing. I mean, it's killing the hunting grounds out there too. You know, hunting was great out there too. last few years that I was out there, they did um, what they do. They did lottery, like a lottery kind of a deal with the hunting licenses and stuff, where that if you lived in particular areas, uh, you could take a buck or a doe on your license. But then if you came back and you wanted a second license, you could get this second license, but it was only doe only. And that wasn't too bad, but yeah. The crying shame of it is the whole time I was out there, for a few years there, I didn't. I got skunked pretty good. Didn't bring anything back, but I got lucky on the last year because um, someone went out because we got to know the uh, game warden up in that area. Me and my friend did, and one year that we got skunked pretty good. We were coming out of the woods. He had taken a baby buck that was poached, and he signed it off and gave it to us, which was awesome. And that one there, I named him Trunk Buck because I brought my little car out there. We just went out there to kick it more than anything on the last day of hunting season. We weren't even worried about even getting anything. But so we didn't bring anything extravagant. I didn't bring my truck or anything like that. And here, this game warden had a little buck that he gave us, and we were trying to figure out what to do with it. Well, I'll be damned if it didn't fit in my little hatchback. We ended up fucking naming it Trunk Buck because it fit right in my trunk. It was funny. A little hatchback. And yeah, that was quite funny. So we didn't totally get skunked that year. We had to share the license because we split the meat between us. If any of you out there have ever had venison, man, tell everybody what it's like, man. Venison's some good ass meat. Damn good. You guys want a good tip on taking the hard gamey taste out of venison? Taken and put it in a bowl of milk. Some people recommend um, putting doggone vinegar in with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just have it in a bowl of milk and stick it in the refrigerator for a day. Take it out, and it'll take out a lot of the game out of it. It does a pretty good job. Now up there in Minnesota, if you're going fishing, these are the kind of fishes you may run across. You'll run across bluegill. You'll run across sunnies, crappies, uh, northerns, pike, uh, smallmouth and bigmouth bass, um, trout, brown trout, um, catfish. Hell, they even got dogfish. What is dogfish, you ask? Dogfish looks a lot like a trout, or no, not trout, bass. It looks more like a bass, exactly like a bass, for the exception of it has a little dot down by its backside, and it's a little white dot. If you have that, you have a dogfish. And how we discovered that is my brother-in-law. When we were down in one of the streams, the one that I was telling you about, that the one on the Y in the road. Um, we were down there camping, and we were fishing off of there. And well, my brother-in-law came down from California here, and he was fishing off of there. And lo and behold, he caught a fish, and he thought it was bass. And he picked it up and he handled it like a bass, where you hold the mouth open, you pick it up, and the whole fish will pop right there. There's no way it could bite you, right? Dogfish have a pretty good jaw muscle, and not only that, but it's got a row of teeth that are very, very sharp. And his dogfish, as he was holding it like a bass, he went to go relax, and the damn thing came up and clumped on his thumb and held him there. He didn't panic or anything like that, which is good that he didn't, and we're able to get it off of him. But I'll be damned, we were trying to determine what kind of fish it was if it wasn't a bass. And sure shit, we went and got a fish book out of that little store, or little store in town, and it showed right on there. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean she got exposed? For what? Oh man, that is not cool. That is not cool at all. Do you know who did it? Really? Oh, that's not cool. Not cool at all. Well, I imagine he's going to get into a slew of shit over that. I'm sure that somehow they can probably end up filing charges against him. That is not cool. You know, them people, all they want to do is hold a good stream to make good YouTube channels. Oh, man. Well, anyways, does anybody else here like fishing? Hmm. Here, hold on. Uh, hold on just for 1 second. I'll be right back. Hmm. Here. Sorry about that. I had to go take a piss real quick. You know how that goes. My poor bladder was begging. It was, please. Mm. Hey, what happened to Abraham? Is Abraham still here? Oh, no, 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 don't. Wait a minute. Yeah, well, unexpose it for a bit. Yeah, kind of unblock it. Thank you. Yeah, because no, I can't. Oh, wait. No, no, that's not. No, I don't. I don't see it at all. Hold on. Maybe if I leave and come back, I'll see it. No, I still cannot see it. Shit. Okay. Okay, well, I guess maybe hide it then. Damn it, I was going to take a screenshot of it. I called Chief and told him to get over here because that's something that I would definitely would want to get to the bottom of. Shit. Yeah, I was going to take a screenshot of it. I should have done it then. It's okay. Hey, if you can still see it, if you can reveal, if you can see it, take a screenshot of it. Okay, good, good. Because I'm sorry, I don't think that shit's funny. I don't think it's funny, not one bit. And if you'd already blocked them, then go ahead and do that. And brother, if you're still in the room and you're listening, you know we are good friends of Chief and Haley, and if there's any truth to what you're saying, that I mean, it ain't cool. It's not cool at all. Because, like I said, them people, they mean to put out good streams. They're trying to build a good channel. Oh, okay, good. All right. Then let it be like that. And let's see what he says next. Just please don't take it as a laughing matter when you do say something, though. Because if you're trying to warn us of something, then warn us of it. Because I don't think it's funny at all that they have trolls over there pulling shit like that. Because I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to feed off of them getting pissed off at the situation. At the you know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And to me, I hope if what you're stating is true, I hope they do catch him and prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Because from my understanding, putting people's private information out, you know, I mean, granted, even if they're running behind a VPN, there is a way of finding it. There is definitely a way of finding you. Because one thing you cannot change, the only way that it may be extremely hard is if you're running an old operating system like Windows Vista. If you're running Windows Vista, it's really hard to get a straight up static IP address off of you because of the fact that every time the system, all you got to do is restart your computer and it'll reassign you a different IP address. Oh, okay. Um, hey, wait a minute. Why do you, if you're going to tear into this, don't, okay? Because I know you'd want to mean well, but don't tear into what was stated here. You let me do that. Oh, my usual uh, omelet with sausage and toast. Oh, yeah. See, Bulldog can't even afford the cup of coffee to go with it. Oh, man. I know that sucks. Okay. Make sure that. Good morning. Or should I? Should I say good evening? It's evening where you are. Ah, okay, let me see here. No. Oh, brother. To me, I wonder why Revealer would do something like that, being so I thought Revealer was a friend of theirs or something.
Hey.
Hey,
Sorry, I just had to put my headphones in.
well, welcome to the stream.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I was asleep when you went live.
Okay, good.
Hmm?
No, it's just um, okay. And if that's what you ended up doing, because I want to find out if this guy knows Chief and Haley in a good way or in a bad way. Because if they know him in a bad way, then I definitely would want him blocked. Because if he's putting the laughy emojis kind of thing, I I hope the hell he was just trying to be informative and not be a troll. Because if he is being a troll, I definitely want to say sayonara. Well, I sent Chief a message. Hopefully he'll come on over here.
What's going on?
Some guy came in and sat there and said that he said that Revealer exposed her address and stuff like that.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So are they like not friends of Chief and Haley's then, or what? That's crazy. Why? Why would they want to do something like that? I mean, because they're good folks.
What? Yeah. I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's all right. We'll catch you later. I mean, why? I mean, it's stupid. I mean, these folks, I understand that they're, I mean, when people go on and they talk about inappropriate shit in their channel, and they upset them, you can't blame them but be upset. I think if a person doesn't like a particular channel, they just should leave it alone. And Waterbug's a good guy. You know, I'm telling you right now, Chief and Haley, they would give their shirt off their back if they thought it would help a person. Oh, that was some idiot peeling out in the street. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, someone was out on the main street up with a cross light and they decided they wanted to peel out like some idiot. Um, yeah, I can understand it's a little difficult to pull off. Yeah, you know, regardless of how you look at it, even if you run behind a VPN, a static IP address gets established somewhere, somehow. I mean, it's hard to track. It is hard to track, but lo and behold, it will lead back to a more direct IP address. It may take law enforcement a while to find it, but they can find it. Believe me, I know. And I'm not saying it as personal experience on my behalf. I'm saying it on behalf of someone that I know that it had occurred to them. And let me tell you, when they came a knocking, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything hardcore. Okay, what he was doing was softcore shit. When I got a hold of him and talked to him, because I wanted to inquire about some information. he told me that he doesn't do what he used to do anymore. He dropped off of it because uh, you know, hey, everybody's misinformed. They think that if they go to an offset um, company that is in a non-prosecutable country, that you cannot be liable for damages you may be out there looking to do. But in actuality, you still can, because if it leads back to you and that law is going to come knock at your door, believe me when I tell you, charges will come. Because even though they can't go after that company in that country to shut it down, it still is illegal to do what you're setting out to do. And here's how it went. Okay. You DDoS a server and take it out with the intent of taking and disrupting their shit. Okay. That's called a cyber attack. And even though it can be a harmless thing, it can become a harmful thing because DDoSing a server can take the internet from underneath them. What DDoSing is it overloads a amount of packet going into your server, and it can fry your equipment. It can do all sorts of shit, but the main purpose of it is to take you offline. And he was doing that. He was not doing it for long periods of time. He was trying to trip people up from doing it to the people that he knew. And he didn't think that he could get in any trouble. And as a matter of fact, I'm again knocking on porcelain here because I don't want to reach over and knock on wood. But they gave him a stern warning. They went up to his door and gave him a knock just to let him know, a nice friendly reminder. Hey, we know what you're doing, and here's our proof. We can prosecute, but however, we would much rather warn you that you're traveling down a path that can get you into some serious trouble. Stop doing what you're doing, or you're going to force our hand into prosecuting you. And my friend said, yes, sir. That was the end of it. So for anybody out there that goes and uses VPNs and shit, and you get a Google, you do go through other corporations to establish a different IP address to ghost behind doing this shit, I'm telling you, you may not get caught now. It's like what your mother would say. When you do something wrong, you may not get wrong. You may not get caught now. You may not get caught next week, next month. Hell, you might even get away with it for a year. But eventually, the shit's going to catch up to you and bite you in the ass. Now, you can be on the run for a while, and you may know your way around a computer, and you may know how to ghost yourself pretty good. But let me tell you something. A lot of these hackers that have gotten caught doing this shit that they were doing, a good portion of them had made pretty good deals with the government. Hey, we'll come work for you. You don't, they get you from underneath the persecution that you're going to. Because let me tell you, when they catch up, one of the things that they do is they restrict you from ever going online. And if they ever catch you, you'll go to prison. I had to leave YouTube because of Bounty. He started finding out. Oh, sorry. Well, you know, sooner or later, You know, sooner or later he'll get caught. If he does something harmful enough and the government wants you, they will find you. They will. You know, I'm exposed all the way. And I'm going to tell you what, I'd much rather have it that way. You know, because the number one thing that's going to make the government get really interested in you real quick is when they get a hit like that. That gets them intrigued, and next thing you know, they're going to put hackers on it, and those hackers know their way around shit, and they will find you. And that ain't no joke. So yeah, when I inquired, when I talked to my friend about shit, he backed out. He like, nope. I'm sorry, Bulldog. Those days, those were fun days. You know, I was glad to do what I did, and I don't have any regrets. And what I did wasn't really harmful, but you know something? It's not worth losing your freedom over. And they came and knocked on my door. And I don't, he goes, I don't even talk about it. I don't talk about it. I don't look back on it. I just look at the fact that, hey, you know, nobody got hurt. They could have nailed my ass to the wall. They didn't. They gave me fair warning and no desire to want to even get involved in this shit. And that's what I was kind of telling them on their stream. You know, whoever the hell is pulling this bullshit, they need to stop while they're, well, you know what? If they expose their fucking address and shit, they're fucked. Because that right there puts a person in danger. And if you don't think the government will knock on that person's door now, and I don't think they're going to give them a friendly tap, rap and tap, or how you call it, a tap and knock, or a rap and tap. They're flat out gonna come get you. They'll put you in cuffs. They'll fucking haul your ass away. You'll lose whatever freedom you have. And mind you, this is over a public line. So now you're talking federal. You're not going to go to a local jail. There is no pass and go collecting $200. It's Fed time. And not all federal prisons are, you know, luxury prisons. Those luxury prisons are for them boys that like to just milk people out of money. And they got money to be able to afford to stay in places like that. Nah, if you ain't got no money and your ass is po, yeah, Fed pin's real hardcore. You think state pen is bad? Ask Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter, that boy came out of that shit scared shitless, not knowing what was going to happen to his ass. They fought hard to make sure that he wasn't going to do any time. And that was over going and collecting a pedophile from Mexico. I mean, it's not worth pissing people off. I wouldn't want to piss anybody off. If I know I got a troll in here, hey, dude, don't have any desire to feed into whatever you would want me to do. And the same token, I just wish you would just go away. And I would only hope that you would go away. And YouTube makes it possible for these kind of people to do this kind of thing too. You got to blame YouTube for some of this crap because now you can't look up accounts to find if they're bogus or not. I think that's intent on YouTube's behalf. Not only that, but like doing stuff like this live stream, it makes me vulnerable because hey, I've got oh, I'm down to two. I did have seven in here a little bit ago, and only a couple of people have left comments in here. Man, well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Roger. I really am. And maybe somehow, maybe you can hit a soft spot with them to where they will just leave you alone. Whatever it is that's got them upset, deter away from it. If it's something particular that you were doing, and you know this person to be a serious person, deter from whatever it is that they're that's upsetting them. And then eventually they'll see that you're not feeding into it and they will just leave you alone. If they don't, then just keep doing what you're doing, screenshotting it, reporting it. Eventually they'll do something serious enough that they will send a serious crew to find out where that individual lives. You don't do shit at all? Okay. Well, never feed into them. Just simply tell them, I'm sorry that you feel the way you do toward me, but I would appreciate it if you would just leave me alone. And when they keep coming up with stupid bullshit, don't give them any ammunition. Don't give them any recognition. All these attacks are just deal with chats, right? Because if it's just dealing with chats, it's just easy just to well, I don't know, block them. Oh, well, if he's doing that, then just keep blocking them. Because until YouTube changes their deal to not make it to where that people are victims on here, I mean, there's not much you can do. Other than doing what you're doing, which is reporting it. Because, like I said, those accounts, whenever they log in, yeah, they're pretty messed up. Whenever they do, even if it's a ghost IP address, there is a way of tracking it, and they're gonna realize that. A lot of people that got caught doing stuff like this, they've done the same damn thing. Well, here's the thing, don't let it get to you. I can understand that it would be something very upsetting. Believe me, they almost got me barreled over. I don't know what the hell I did to piss them off, but for some reason they were causing tension to where that, I mean, if you guys noticed, I still go into Chief and Haley's chats, but I go in there seldomly. And why do I not go into every single one anymore? Is because I guess I've been told that I got trolls trolling me, and I think the trolls are mellowing out. I think they're starting to leave me alone. But if they were trying to cause tension between me and Chief and Haley. And to be rightful with you, if anything, I probably struck a nerve with one of them because I was a follower of Doug's. Oh, wow. No, if you're a good enough hacker and you know what you're doing, yeah, I guess you can, you know. That's why some of the people, when they come in and they try to call me by my first name, I try to stop them at the door and tell them to stop doing that and just call me by Bulldog. Because the more the information you put out there, the more easier it is for them to track you. And the thing of it is it doesn't matter if they go ahead and pull that shit on me, because if they go back and they reveal all my record, they're going to find that I have law enforcement in my background. And when they do that, it's not going to be a good thing. That's probably why they're not being too persistent with me. But if you get a serious hacker on you, man, yeah, that won't be good. Because hackers can pull some shit. I'll tell you that much. They can really disrupt the shit out of your life. And me, I ain't never got into that shit. The only thing that I got into computer wise was building them. Okay, well, like I said, one day he'll disappear. And I'm not saying that in a threatening manner. Don't take it that way. It's just one day he's going to go a little too far. Okay, the Fed is going to take a serious interest in him, and one day they're going to come collect them, and you won't hear from them no more. You'll just it'll be like bloop, it'll fall off the face of the earth. Because these people do time. And a part of their so-called release is they're not permitted to have any access to the internet. So their trolling days will be over. Hey, I'm doing okay, not so bad. I had a good shift. wasn't wasn't too chaotic anyway. Walking tall, my brother, what's up? Hey, come on up, walking tall. Walking tall. Yeah, come on up if you can. We had a guy in here a little bit ago, and I'm a wrath is pretty much taking care of it, but because of if anything, he can probably clarify on it. Because I know Walking Tall is he goes in on all their streams. So if there's any truth to what he is saying, I know Walking Tall would be able to verify it. I am Wrath got screenshots of this ordeal of this guy coming in here, and he was saying some bullshit about that that what the hell is that guy's name again? You know that he is saying that exposed Haley. Because see, I went and I sent Chief a message right away because I wanted him to come in here and expose that shit for what it is, which is exactly what it is, shit. Because I really don't believe, because from my understanding, this individual that was being mentioned is friends with Chief and Haley. And I don't think he'd really do something like that. Yeah, Abraham. Abraham was saying that, um, fuck, what was that other dude's name? I know I sent it here. Hold on. I know I sent it in the message I sent Chief. Revealer. That's his name. He was saying that Revealer was had went and exposed Haley's real name and her address. I was trying to keep them here so that way. Yes, but he also put another one out that said that he exposed her her address and stuff like that. And it doesn't make any, from my understanding, Revealer's a friend of theirs, right? Because I don't think Revealer would do that. That's the guy that goes up on panel with them every now and then, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Chrissy, please just use bulldog, okay? I try not to use, yeah. Um, well, hey, Chrissy, how you doing, hon? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, because that guy seemed like I've had him on my panel, I believe, and he seems like a pretty nice guy. I don't think he'd go out of his way to do something like that to someone. See, lately we've been blocking people that come in and they start trash talking. The moment they start getting into trash talking with anything dealing, relating around any of you, yeah, I don't think he would. Well, I think he's gone anyway. I think Wrath banned him. He probably blocked him. I don't know. I know he said he put him in timeout for like 200 minutes or something like that. 200 or 300 minutes. So I don't want to fully block him completely until, you know, because I was trying to find out more information about it. But it's okay. I mean, either way, even if he did block him out, it's okay. Because I didn't know if he was just coming in to be a sarcastic ass or if he was just trying to be an informative person. I don't know. Oh, my night was pretty good. It was pretty calm. Most we had is someone trying to take pallets out of a dumpster. No big deal. And that wasn't even on my shift. That was just before my shift. The guard I was relieving dealt with that. Hmm. I think I'm gonna leave a bottle of pepper spray for her. Hmm. I'll leave a bottle of pepper spray for her because she said the dude had a hammer and he was talking all crazy and shit. And so she had to back away and lead the situation. I was like, yeah, well, you did the right thing, but I still want you to be able to protect yourself one way or another if someone tries to do something stupid. And the shit I carry is law enforcement grade. And my shit that I carry 50,000 BTU bottles of the stuff. To where what you can buy in the store is like 12% capstone. Not that it won't do anything to you, because 12% capstone is pretty potent if you get it in the right area, and it can affect them pretty good. But 50,000, that'll knock you on your ass. It don't play. You don't even have to spray them in the face. Just spray them in the chest. Vapor will come up and fuck with them. No, not really. The only thing that that we keep an eye out is to make sure no one, breaks in any of the cars or anything like that. But usually by the time my shift comes around, the employees are there until no later than 2:30 in the morning. So the rest of the time's pretty laid back. I just got to watch the monitors, make sure, because that whole property it's under surveillance. So that, and we got alarms on everything. But yeah, no, there's not really too much of that going on. This company I work at, anytime that people leave out of there, we got to wand them, to make sure they're not taking components and stuff. But, we have them go through a metal detector to make sure that. My breakfast, oh, it was good. It was all good. I got my meal for the day. Yeah, my breakfast was good. Yeah, unfortunately, I do. Now, the only reason why I'm doing that is, well, they don't make any other, they do make burritos and stuff like that, but eh, they make a really good omelet. And for the price that I'm paying for it, can't beat it. I think they even got Denny's beat when it comes to it. I mean, you can get that value slam for $6, and the crying shame of that thing is, it doesn't even come with toast. Pay $13 for the actual slam, and the doggone thing will come with toast then. Oh, and it'll come with a cup of coffee too. But I'm not gonna pay that extra money to just have toast and. But with this place, hey, I may not have the coffee, but it's all good. $5, $5 for an omelet with 3 sausage links and toast. That's a good deal. Oh yeah, and those are the best. Those are good. See, I can make a good omelet. Don't get me wrong. I can cook. But hey, $5 for it, it's not a bad deal. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, walking tall, you still here, brother? Oh yeah? What kind of meal you eating? Oh, I get yeah, I don't know if I could ever do something like that. Not the cauliflower, cauliflower is good for you, but to have it on pizza, yeah, I don't know. So what is that, like a vegan type diet or? I'm not familiar with Kitgo, keto. I'm not familiar with them. So far, it sounds vegan. No low carb, high fat. Oh wow! And cauliflower would be oh, it would be low carb, not necessarily high fat though. I guess looking at me now, it's most likely I'm probably not much anymore. But I know back in my day when I was younger, I was more fit. I used to run track and everything. Hmm. I damn near almost took varsity. I damn near did. Oh yeah, pepperoni, sausage, and cheese. Alrighty, Avery. Oh, now there's four. Hey, if there's anybody that's new to the channel, if you like the content, please, by any and all means, go over there and smash on that subscribe button. And after you've subscribed, flip on that bell notification, hit the all button, and you'll be notified of all these nice live streams we're doing. And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't, well, give it a big thumbs down. But either way, it'll affect the algorithm. Hopefully you give the thumbs up and it makes it look nicer. That's not me begging for a like either. Why don't you like me? I give the blue eyeball. Come on, everybody likes the blue eyeball. They like that blue eyeball. Hello. Hello, ball. God, who all here likes that show, The Honeymooners? You guys probably don't even know what that is. It was an old TV show. It's funny as hell, man. Had Ralph Crandon and Norton and Trixie and Alice. Yeah, they're great. Mm-hmm. It was a good show. I miss it. It was awesome. It was played by Jackie Gleason. I know everybody's going, man, who the hell is this Jackie Gleason? He played in Smokey and the Bandit as the sheriff. It was I Love Lucy. I remember I Love Lucy. That was a good show. None of you guys would know who I'm talking about. Those were good. Those are the good old days. Oh boy. So what's everybody else doing on this mighty fine day? Well, looks like we're just down to 2. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I've been on here for quite a while now, and I really don't think our little friend's on here no more. But anyways, if you can pop in here, I'll try and do something tomorrow if I can. Um, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I can't do anything tomorrow, then I'll definitely try and do something on Sunday. Maybe have a Sunday fun day. Woohoo! Alrighty. So I will see all of you on the next one. So peace out, man. Peace out.